If you've ever looked at your practice shots, a dewy spider web in your backyard, the kid on the couch in the messy living room, maybe a mushroom under a macro lens, and thought none of this is going anywhere, I need you to hear something. You have no idea what those photos are worth yet, and I can prove it. By the end of this video, you're going to see your uninspired, ordinary, nothing special practice sessions completely differently. And I'm going to share a framework with you to help you get unstuck when you feel like you have nothing to shoot. But more importantly, I want to share with you two stories that completely changed the way I think about picking up a camera at all. Stick around for both of them, the second one especially. If you're new here, I'm Karen. I spent 13 years as a professional portrait photographer. I taught myself photography on the side of old country roads and in my kitchen with a macro lens, shooting strange random items for practice. I'm here to help you skip the painful lessons and maybe some of the embarrassing ones too. Before we get into it, if lighting is the thing that keeps tripping you up when you're out practicing, the lighting solution is linked below. It includes 5 hands-on walkthrough lighting scenarios. It's 30 minutes and it'll completely change how you see light before you even pick up your camera. The link is in the description, so go check it out. But first, I want to tell you about a very special family session that I shot, because understanding why it matters is the whole reason this video exists. I had an ordinary extended family session. It was kids, grandkids, the whole crew, and everything about this session felt routine to me. I'd done this kind of thing 100 times, so I didn't think twice about it. But a few weeks later, the man who scheduled the session with me was gone, and it was completely unexpected. And what his family had were photos from just weeks before. And that's it. This story is the why behind our photos being so important. Everything else I'm about to tell you is just the how. Your boring photos, or the photos that you don't think are that important when you're taking them, they're doing something that you just can't see yet. I used to pull over on the side of old country roads at Blue Hour and photograph 100-year-old barns through the window of my car. I had no clients, nobody was paying me. It was just me, a Canon Rebel, and light that made ordinary things look like something. And would you believe those drives turned into 16 pieces of art that hung in libraries and sold in galleries, and strangers crying about their grandfather's barn being in photos that I took. And unfortunately, many of those barns were torn down to put in new roads and subdivisions. And some of these photos are the only record that they existed at all. You are accidentally or intentionally preserving history every single time you pick up your camera, whether you know it or not. The barn drives, they were just early weekend mornings with beautiful light, and I had nowhere to be. I had no idea any of that was coming, but I just showed up. Those practice shots that you feel are pointless to you, they're building the eye that you'll use when something irreplaceable is in front of your lens. So when you're not sure what exactly to practice, understand that inspiration isn't the problem. It's just direction. And random reps build random skills. For me, it was a mushroom one day, a kid the next, and a bird the day after that. But that isn't practice. It's just taking pictures. And the fix isn't a better subject. It's showing up with direction before you pick up your camera. So when you don't know what to shoot, do you put your camera down or do you grab it anyway? Tell me in the comments. Here's a fun rule to put on yourself when you're not sure what you want to practice. The more boring and mundane the object is, the better. And try to figure out, can you make it interesting anyway? See, constraint ideas actually work really, really well. You might choose to photograph one color everywhere. Maybe it's putting your subjects in that color, or finding that color in nature or in your house somewhere. Color is a great constraint. You can also choose to photograph one subject in 10 different ways, choosing a completely different approach every single shot, and don't move on to the next thing until you've completed all 10. Another great constraint is choosing one light source. Maybe it's window light. Maybe you need to figure out exactly where to put your subject to make them look their best in that situation. And one of my personal favorites is texture only. How can you convey in your photos what that texture feels like? This can be a lot of fun because different lighting sources make textures look really different, as well as different angles and getting creative with your shots. And with all these constraints that you're putting on your practice sessions, the goal changes from find something interesting to make this interesting. And those are completely different creative muscles. If you tried one subject 10 different ways this week, what would you shoot? Drop me a comment below. Practice sessions should be about finding the light and then finding the subject afterwards. My Blue Hour barn drives weren't about the barns. They were about the quality of light and how it falls onto ordinary subjects. And good light makes almost any subject interesting. Sagging roof lines, rusted tin, a spider web, a portobello mushroom. Go find good light in your house right now. If If it's late afternoon for you, go find a good window where a little bit of indirect light is coming through. Or find a lamp that's casting a warm circle around something, or morning sun cutting through a gap. Then find something interesting to put in that light. You don't need a better subject, you just need to show up when the light is doing something. Photographer's block isn't a creativity problem, it's just a direction problem. So get specific before you pick up your camera. And if you use a constraint, it helps it feel more like a puzzle, because when you find the light, the subject will usually follow. But underneath all of that, the real thing I want you to hear is this: you don't always know what a photo is worth when you take it. The barn drives, I almost didn't bother with them. The family session that I felt was just another Tuesday, you can't predict what sessions are gonna matter. You can only decide to show up. So this week, pick one constraint from this video and try it. One color, one subject, 10 ways, one window, just one, and come back and tell me what you shot. The lighting solution is linked below. It's 5 lighting scenarios, 30 minutes, and it genuinely changes how you see light. Go grab it. And one more thing before you go, completely unrelated to any of this. What's a subject you've never photographed, but you've always been a little curious about? Leave it in the comments. I would love to know.